Living with autism is not exactly an easy thing to do. It tends to get a little bit hard from time to time when you want to do something that is outside of yourself. And a lot of people just don't have any idea how that works, how difficult that can be. I was diagnosed when I was around 2 or 3 years old. It just made it so difficult to be able to make friends with kids, with anybody else, because I would be speaking in different tongues, basically. I would just be babbling on. I knew what I wanted to say, but I just couldn't say it. The reason behind it is not because I'm stupid. I'm not slow. I just think I communicate on a different wavelength than anybody else. There was a recent study that I found that showed people with autism have more synapses than average people. This is usually caused by a process called pruning, which usually happens in infants. When they start to mature, they start to prune at their synapses and the neural connections become more direct. With people that have autism, it doesn't prune as much, if at all. The synapses are still there. The pruning doesn't really happen. So we aren't being slow. We're just thinking in more directions than everybody else. And it tends to get us a little bit more distracted. It's like having multiple voices in your head and all of them echoing at the exact same time, so it gets a little bit crazy. But on the trade-off of having that, you get a little bit more of a creative impulse. You get more of an impulse to focus on things. You get to understand and have more of a desire to know something because your mind is sticking to it. Autism is not the same for everybody. It's different for other people. In my case, it makes it hard to communicate. I have difficulty communicating it in the form of words, in the form of speaking, in the form of writing. It just becomes difficult for me to be able to express it, not because I can't, but because it's more painful than anything. I could do it if I wanted to, it just takes a lot more effort for me to be able to say something, to enunciate it. I would say that I am not completely against not having autism, because I'm actually kind of happy with who I turned out to be, and I really don't think I would change anything. I'm perfectly happy with the fact that I have autism. I just wish that more people could understand. Just understand.
Shall we move on?
Yes.